Alright, whoa, what's good? I want to welcome y'all to the Flemlo 5. This is a show where I give my perspective on 5 fan topics / questions. Today we got a good show, man. We talking everything from Super Bowl predictions to Twitter beef between 2 all-time greats, the Odell Beckham LSU situation, and more. Yo, if you brand new here, bro, go ahead and click the subscribe button and enable your notifications. That way every Tuesday when I drop this show, you'll be one of the first to know. Also, every single Thursday, mini documentaries, what happened to videos, baby. It's still going. We got one dropping this Thursday. Be ready for that. Other than that, it's time to address the OG subs. Y'all already know what's up, bro. Cue the Wayne. Let's get it. All right, question number 1 comes from Sergio over on Twitter. Thoughts on the OBJ LSU controversy? All right, let's tackle this. I feel like I would probably be at odds with a lot of the people that I grew up with my opinion on this situation. See, when I was a kid, an NFL player going back to his college and handing out money on the sideline would be one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. And in a way, I do still kind of feel like that. However, as an adult, I realize how incredibly dumb this actually is. Okay, maybe it's not dumb, but here's my question. What is the goal here? Because on the surface level, it appears that the goal is to reward college players who don't get paid by giving them a little payout. But then you think about it, like, you was in the locker room, for one, could have done it there. Cash App. That's a thing now. Like, Cash App is a thing at this point. You know, you could have did it that way. But to go get a wad of money, have it in your hoodie, and ready to pass out on the sideline with every camera on earth pointing at you, you're looking for attention, right? You have to be. That's the only solution. Either you're incredibly dumb and you didn't know this was gonna be a big deal, or you're not dumb and you knew this was gonna be a big deal. You see what I'm saying? And this is the thing that kind of annoys me about some of today's stars. A lot of today's stars go out of their way to seek attention and then complain about the attention. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's annoying to me. If you like attention, there's nothing wrong with it, but just don't pretend. All right, here's what it's like. I liken it to a nice looking young lady who goes to an event where everybody is dressed modestly. She decides to dress in something that's super revealing and then acts super surprised when she gets a lot of male attention and female attention for that matter. It's like, you put that on for attention. Don't act surprised. Come on, man. Now for part 2, the cop in the locker room. This completely different situation. I'm actually on Odell's side with this one. I've seen plenty of these championship celebrations and I don't remember ever seeing a cop in the locker room. Maybe guard the door. Why are you in here? What are you protecting me from? This is just my team in here. I've been with these dudes since training camp. Is my team an old alumni? You don't even need to be in here. Guard the door. So at that point, you in the locker room, you get a little slap on the butt. That happens in the locker room, okay? And I took it as, hey, baby, come on, man. We just won the champ. Well, they just won the championship. Lighten up. You feel me? That's how I interpreted that. And I think that any reasonable person could easily interpret it that way. This cat chose 2 days later to be offended and to issue an arrest. Like, it's extremely petty. It's extremely bush league. I've been in New Orleans. It's hella crime. All right. Like, this is what y'all doing. You just trying to get some bread and some attention. Like, you know better. Like, he's literally doing the exact same thing that Odell did before. Now he trying to get attention. It's annoying as hell. It's petty. It's stupid. It's a waste of time. Boom. That's how I feel about it. Like, let me just say this. Like, y'all know I'm on the Joe Burrow train, right? Let me ask you a question. This is a real question. You don't even got to answer this out loud. Just answer this to yourself. If Joe Burrow would have slapped that cop on the ass the same way Odell did, the exact same way, would they have issued an arrest? The answer is obvious. It's ridiculous, bro. Just chill. Question number 2 comes from Instagram. Carson Hardwood asks, is there any way the Bengals trade the number 1 pick? No. There's already been several articles posted stating that the Bengals have zero intention of trading the #1 pick, no matter the offers they get. Adam Schefter reported this days ago. Zim Hude, co-host of the Orange is New Black podcast, great podcast for Bengals fans. He co-hosts along with my boy Ace Boogie. But anyway, Zim made a great point on IG the other day. After cursing everybody out that keeps suggesting it, because that's just Zim, don't worry about that. He goes on to make a great point, kind of in response to all of the rumors about the Panthers trying to give us 3 or 4 first-round picks, etc. Here's what he said. Lastly, let me show you an exercise. Take the Bengals' last 6 first-round picks and tell me if you would trade Jonah Williams, Billy Price, John Ross, William Jackson, Cedric Ogbuehi, and Darqueze Dennard for the biggest, baddest prospect since Andrew Luck at the most important position. That pretty much makes the entire point. The answer, by the way, is hell no, you would not make that trade. We're not trading the pick. I'm saying it like I work there. All right, question number 3 comes from O-J. Who you got winning the Super Bowl? All right, so here we go. Super Bowl predictions. I'm going to stop for a second just to say I got both of the conference championship games right, so I feel pretty good about that. Let's see if we can keep it going. All right, so Patrick Mahomes is obviously the best player that's playing in the Super Bowl. He's probably at this point the best player in the league. Obviously, the Chiefs offense is extremely dangerous. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, you got Eric Bieniemy calling the plays, speed everywhere. I mean, Sammy Watkins is his 3rd receiver, not his 3rd option, but his 3rd receiver. He's like the 4th option. But I think it's safe to say that the 49ers are an overall better team. I think most people would agree with that. Kyle Shanahan's one of the top coaches in the league, and I ain't trying to take nothing from Andy Reid. I respect Andy Reid as a coach. I think Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches in the league, bro. Better overall team. I think their coach has the edge. I mean, it's looking good for the 49ers. And this is a tough one to answer because the question is, will Patrick Mahomes be able to lift the Chiefs and basically overcome all of their many deficiencies? All right, the Chiefs definitely have some deficiencies. If you're a fan of the team, you better be able to admit that, or you're not actually watching the games. Now they have to go and beat the team who I think has the least deficiencies in the league. I mean, the 49ers are literally good everywhere. This is a hard one for me because if I'm picking with just my head, I kind of feel like the 49ers should win this game. However, Patrick Mahomes defies logic. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude is on another level. Like, he's doing things that we have not seen, bro. And it's crazy. Like, we watching this in real time. I cannot pick against that. You feel what I'm saying? So even though I think the 49ers have a better team and maybe even a better coach, sorry, Andy, I gotta pick Patrick Mahomes, man. I gotta pick Patrick Mahomes. I don't think Jimmy G is quite that dude that everybody says he is. I know he completed, like, I don't know, 8 passes or something, like no passes in that last game. And when you get to the Super Bowl, do I see Jimmy G just taking that team to another level? Nah. Do I really see the Chiefs defense being able to stop that run like this? Not really, but their offense is so explosive that the 49ers at some point, they're gonna have to pass. Bro, the Titans play calling was beautiful. Like, the timing of all the play action and the trick play, bro, dudes was wide open. That's how you know you timed this and executed it perfectly. So shout out to Tannehill for that. But when they asked Tannehill, yo, we're down a couple scores, I need you to go make something happen, it's not gonna really happen like that. I'm seeing Jimmy G the same way. He can't outduel Patrick Mahomes. I'm picking Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs figure out a way to win the game. All right, question number 4 comes from Twitter. Charles Meyer. Thoughts on Antonio Callaway joining the XFL's Vipers? I'm not sure that Callaway is going to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. History suggests that he won't, since he wasn't able to really get his mind right while he was in the NFL, a job with way more prestige and while he was making way more money. So to think that he's going to be able to get it together in the XFL is definitely a long shot. So I'm not really going to make a prediction on Callaway one way or the other. My takeaway from this is I'm really glad that XFL exists. I say this all the time. This is why these leagues are important, bro. A cat like Callaway normally would be completely at the mercy of the NFL. The dude is uber talented, pretty young, made some really bad decisions and mistakes throughout his career. But the XFL is there on a smaller scale, smaller pay scale. It's like the completely smaller scale in every single way. Can you shake back here. Now that it's all falling apart for you in the NFL, can you come here and show what you can do? Because, bro, if he goes to the XFL, eats, and is a model citizen, can he get back on the NFL team? Absolutely. So I'm just really glad that league exists so that, you know, guys can have opportunities like this. Even if Callaway don't make the most of it, some players will. We talked about Young Ho Koo in the AAF. You know, that created a new situation for him. If you haven't seen what happened to Young Ho Koo, go check it out, by the way. But that's really my takeaway. I'm just glad the XFL exists. Good luck to Callaway. What's he gonna do? I don't know, bro. For our final question, Kerry Lee White II asks, Flemlo Raps, what do you think about the back and forth Twitter rant between Revis and Sherman after the NFC Championship? Also, who was a better cornerback? All right, Richard Sherman versus Darrelle Revis. Now, you might have missed this one on Twitter the other day, but you know, it got a little bit ugly. Darrelle Revis shut down corner for years in the NFL, pretty much like a mercenary type of cat. Follow your receiver all over the field, shut him down. Did that for years. Goes on Twitter yesterday, doing the NFC Championship game, and calls out Richard Sherman for being that zone corner. Let me first just read you all the tweets. Fear of getting beat in man-to-man coverage. Every snap, every play. The fact that he doesn't travel as a cornerback is lame. Accept the challenge as the best and shut Adams down the entire game. Do it for the game of football. Stop hiding in a cover 3 zone. Y'all think I'm throwing shade. I'm not. Just stating the man is not a pound for pound man-to-man corner. If you know the game of football, he plays in a cover 3 scheme. He does not travel, but traveling with the receiver is not for every DB. It's a few on the corner list who can. My 9th year, I led the entire league in turnovers, 5 interceptions and 4 fumble recoveries. Enjoy the Super Bowl and strap up because this game you will have to cover. After Richard Sherman finished winning the NFC Championship game, he went on to respond. I would go in on this has-been, but I have a Super Bowl to prepare for. Enjoy the view from the couch. Your 9th year looked a lot different than this. LMAO. Darrelle Revis responds, knew he was gonna say has been, LOL, because it's the only thing he could say. Way too predictable. Sherman then goes on to critique his grammar, saying it's accept. Thought I would give you a lesson while I was here. Sherman went on to continue to respond to pretty much all the tweets that Darrelle Revis sent out. So he went on to say, I have to cover every game, kid. I get my hands on the football in the playoffs, something you will never know anything about. So a lot of people was chomping at the bits for this. I personally kind of hated this. I'm gonna be honest. Here's why. I respect Darrelle Revis a ton, and he was the man when he played for sure. But you look crazy as hell to me. You know what I'm saying? To me, you look crazy as hell because you're retired, bro. Chill. You're sitting at home while Richard Sherman is coming off a Pro Bowl season, going back to the Super Bowl yet again, pausing your TV to take a picture and try to prove a point that everybody already knows. We know Richard Sherman is a cover 3 corner. He's a great cover 3 corner. We know you was a man-to-man corner. You was a great man-to-man corner. To me, it just come off as hella insecure because, like, you trying to pull this man down in one of his best moments. Like, let's remember, Richard Sherman is 31 years old. He tore his Achilles, was told he wasn't good enough anymore, went to the 49ers, which was the first team he visited with, negotiated his own contract, got killed for all of that. Came back this season, hit all his bonuses, and made it back to the Super Bowl. In that moment, you choose to go on Twitter and try to pull him down. In that moment, like, come on. Darrelle might have been at the crib, drank a little bit, just got in his feelings. I'm not sure. Now, which one would I choose in a prime? I'm going to have to take Revis. You feel what I'm saying? Because he does travel. Like, he give you a lot more flexibility on defense. I don't have to run a cover 3. I don't have to run a defense that suits his strengths because his strength is just following this dude wherever and shutting him down, which opens up the rest of my defense to be able to do really whatever the hell I want. So in their prime, who would I take? Darrelle Revis. However, I'm not a fan of him sitting at the crib and trying to pull Sherman down in a great Sherman moment. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, bro. That was weak. All right, that's gonna do it for today's show, man. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or if you disagree with my opinions here. Don't forget to like the video if you like it, subscribe if you're brand new, and I'm gonna see y'all Thursday with a brand new What Happened To. Peace.
Yeah,